Welcome to the S&OP podcast, where strategy meets execution. This is the show for leaders who want to go beyond the process and truly understand what drives effective sales and operations planning. In each episode, we explore the behaviors, decisions, and leadership practices that turn alignment into real business results. So if you're ready to lead with clarity, improve collaboration, and drive better outcomes, you're in the right place. My name is Laurent, and I will be your host today. Let's begin with what to expect. In this session, we focus on the behaviors that make sales and operations planning successful and the role leadership plays in making it work. By the end, you will understand some of the key behaviors, know how to support your teams, and unlock more of your team's potential. As a leader, this means building clarity on behaviors, understanding your leadership style, and leading more effectively across functions. So why do behaviors matter? Because culture drives performance. For sales and operations planning to work, teams must communicate openly, share data, align on decisions, and work toward common goals. When this breaks down, you see silos, poor data, low engagement, and reactive decisions. But when it works, the difference is clear. You get stronger collaboration, more trust, better accountability, and more data-driven decisions. The real challenge is not what we do, it is how we behave. Because sales and operations planning is how we run the business. Let's break this down into 5 key behaviors. First, ownership and accountability. Take responsibility for inputs and outcomes. Be clear on roles and decisions. Second, think like a small business. Act with ownership. Make decisions as if it is your business. Third, constructive challenge. Encourage open discussion. Challenge assumptions, not people. Focus on logic. Fourth, discipline. Run effective meetings. Stick to agendas. Follow the process. And fifth, collaboration. This is the most critical one. Sales and operations planning only works when teams align, share openly, and commit together. These behaviors are shaped by leadership. As a leader, you set the tone. Be clear in communication. Hold people accountable. Support both performance and well-being. And ultimately, you make the call. Sales and operations planning is about the best decision for the business, not for one function. That means being comfortable with disagreement, using data to guide decisions, and focusing on the bigger picture. One place this shows up clearly is in meetings. Strong sales and operations planning starts with strong meetings. Be on time, stay focused, listen actively, follow through on actions. Use a simple meeting scorecard. Ask yourself, was the pre-read shared on time? Did everyone contribute? Were gaps discussed and actions agreed? Were assumptions clear? Were previous actions completed? Because great meetings drive great outcomes. But meetings alone are not enough. What matters most is the culture you build. A strong sales and operations planning culture is simple. Open dialogue, decisions based on data, alignment behind one clear plan. Discussions may get intense. That's normal. What matters is that they stay constructive and fact-based. At the end, the team commits and moves forward together. This brings us to leadership more broadly. There are 4 types of leadership. Ignorers resist the process and stay in silos. Process supporters understand it, but don't always act on it. Culture supporters promote the right behaviors, even without full process mastery. And finally, leaders who combine both. They understand the process and model the right behaviors. They drive collaboration, transparency, and constructive challenge. This is the standard to aim for. So let's bring it all together. What does good behavior look like? Be clear on decisions and expectations. Focus on root causes. Move from analysis to action. Think long-term, and always look for solutions. At its core, sales and operations planning comes down to 2 things: honesty and trust. As a leader, your role is to bring both to life, every day. This is just the starting point. In the next episode, we'll take these behaviors and translate them into practical actions you can apply immediately in your S&OP process. If you want to lead with more clarity, drive better alignment, and make stronger decisions, make sure you're following the podcast. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening.